Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be I'm going to have a little chit chat with you guys about turning 40 and also just about the rest of the stuff that I picked up in the Sephora haul. So if you wanted to see how I got, I guess, this look and my thoughts on these products that I've picked up, then just keep watching. All right, we're recording. Success. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Vanish Airbrush Primer, not new, just trying to use it up. So we're gonna just start like I always do, just kind of in the center of the face. And I don't know what's going on here. I have like little hives or something there. I always seem to get near the end of the day, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like my dog maybe, because I do have allergies to pet dander, but something gives me hives and it always seems to be like close to the end of the day. So I'm not sure, but yeah. Okay, so it's gonna go in with this. So it is nighttime. You might know that I do prefer doing my videos in daylight. However, this just so happened to be the best time that I could film this. So yeah, we're doing it at night. So I apologize in advance. I did just take my full face of makeup off and we are going to, I don't know, I bought the MAC foundation in NC, what is it, 13, I think it's 13, and I do like it. It's just right here. I just have a little sample here, and I do like it, but I don't know if I love it. So I did also try the double wear, but I feel like double wear is not a perfect match for me. Look, I don't know if you could tell. It looks like a little more orangey in person, and then this is the YSL All Hours, and I feel like I kind of liked that one the best. So I might exchange my MAC one. I didn't use it because I had a sample. So I'm gonna keep trying that one and I will compare them again, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like even though it says oil control, I feel like I was still getting a little bit oily with all three of them, but I feel like the least oily with the double wear and the YSL. So we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this, and I didn't realize this was a luminous finish. So it's the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I've never tried this. I wanted to get my hands on it like last year or the year before, and it was always out of stock. So I do have it now, but it does say it's a light to medium coverage, and here it is. Instantly blurs and hydrates the skin with light to medium coverage and a natural finish. Okay, it says natural. So on the Sephora site, it said radiant. So if it's radiant, I don't know that I will love it, but we'll give it a go anyways. And I think it's just a tiny bit light. I have 14W, but I am going to mix it with a little bit of my debronzy drops, which are where? Oh, sorry. All right, so this is what it looks like. So it is looking a little bit fair for me. Even though I am quite fair, I do like a tiny bit of color to my foundation because otherwise I just look way too ghostly. So I'm just mixing the two of these and we'll see what that looks like. I feel like that's maybe okay. But I know everybody was in love with this, and so I wanted to give it a try. Even people I watched who have oilier skin say that they really like it. So I'm just like, I don't know about foundation anymore. I don't know what I'm liking. I feel like everything is kind of settling into my lines. I feel like things are just sitting on top of my pores. I don't know what to get or what to like, because I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just my skin. Maybe I am ready for Botox, but I don't know, just like nothing is doing it for me these days. And I feel like everything is sitting heavily in my one smile line especially. but I don't know. So I just turned 40 a couple days ago, and I don't know how to feel about it. You know, I was talking to my auntie tonight, and she was talking to my mom, and she was saying, I'm just grateful to be here, and, you know, which I definitely agree with. But I also feel kind of like, I don't know, I'm just not where I wanted to be at this age, I guess. Does anybody know what I mean? Like, how do you feel? How old are you? How do you feel? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I thought maybe I would have my own type of makeup thing going on right now, and I'm just completely not. I mean, besides YouTube, like, I'm not doing makeup outside of YouTube like I used to. And I mean, maybe if I were doing it full time, maybe I wouldn't love doing it as much as I do on YouTube. So that's one thing. I mean, this is looking quite nice. It kind of just looks like my skin, but just like with a tiny bit of glow to it. I do really like the Prada foundation too, but I don't know. I'm just not loving anything. You know? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I just feel like I'm not where I want to be financially. We're still living in this condo, which is fine. We're lucky to have a condo, and I know this. Like, I am grateful. And, you know, I was lucky enough to have my dad, who helped me purchase the condo when I did buy it. But I just feel like there's not enough space. We've kind of outgrown it at this point. And now that we feel this way, the housing prices are just absolutely insane. And so we kind of feel like, well, now what? How are we ever going to get out of here? Because houses are just so insanely expensive. And then we thought about potentially moving to BC, where I have family. But then again, the cost of living there is just astronomical. And so I don't know what that would mean for work. You know, I feel like, sorry, I have to use a dirty sponge, but I just used it today, but it is dirty. Don't judge me. I'm aware. I have to clean all my brushes and my sponges. So bad. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. So that would require us finding new jobs if we did move. And I don't know. I just, honestly, I don't even know what I want to do at this point. Like, if we did ever move away, I don't know if I would want to continue doing what I'm doing, or if I would want to go back to cosmetics, which is always what I've been passionate about, is like artistry and creativity, but I just don't know if that is feasible. And also, I think my big concern is I don't want to be away from my parents. It's so hard because I want to be where my brother and my nephew are, because my nephew is the only, well, I have 2 other nephews, I should say. So I have 3 nephews total, but that's my brother's only kid. And so it's so hard to be away. I mean, it's hard to be away from all of them, obviously, but it's just so hard not being able to see him grow up, and it's sad. I mean, all we do is like FaceTime. I mean, they're coming for the wedding, which is awesome. All of the nephews are coming, so that's gonna be fun. But I'm just using a soft ochre paint pot by MAC, just to cover these veins on my eyelids. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard because I want to be there. I want to see my nephew grow up. I mean, our other nephew is already turning 6, and it's crazy. Like, we've missed his whole childhood because they haven't lived here either. And it's like, I don't want that for my other nephew. Sorry if you can hear my heater. Yeah, heater. Because it snowed the other day. Like, can we please stop? Never fails. Every birthday. Snow. There's no snow in the forecast, but of course. And it was kind of crazy. I woke up and I just had the worst headache ever. I'm like, are you kidding? I specifically took the day off from work. My boss was cool and let me take the day off. And my fiance didn't work either. So we were just like, okay, yeah, let's go for like a shopping day. He bought me breakfast. I have been kind of dieting for the wedding because I'm just trying to get to like a weight I feel comfortable at. Because during COVID, I did gain some weight and I just haven't felt like myself since. And so I just wanted to get to a weight where I felt comfortable, especially being in a wedding dress. But I know that's triggering and I don't even want to go into the weight thing because I know a lot of people don't like talking about that. But anyways, yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I've been trying to eat like decently healthy. I haven't been eating like cookies or, you know, donuts or anything like that. Chocolate was like a big one for me. Like, I've always liked chocolate. I can't eat too much of it because it upsets my stomach if I have too much. But yeah, so he ended up going to get me a crepe for breakfast because I was like, you know what? It's my birthday and I'm gonna eat what I want on my birthday. And I did. And so he bought me a crepe for breakfast and then we went out for lunch. Or no, we didn't go out for lunch. What am I talking about? Bought me breakfast. We went out at lunchtime to the mall. And we went to like the bigger mall in our city. And it just has everything. Like, it's way better. So I got a pair of Lululemon pants. And my boss was very kind and got me a gift card. So I ended up using the gift card. And I bought some nice Asics runners because I wanted some nice white runners for spring/summer, because I have a pair of Nike Air Max 90s and they're like beat, like completely. So I was like, okay, I need a new pair of walking shoes because these are so bad. If you're wondering what I'm using, I just use the Huda Cherry Blossom Corrector, the Faux Filter Corrector, and then the Power 28 concealer. But yeah, so we did have a good day. I mean, besides me kind of feeling lousy just with my headache, but yeah, we ended up going shopping, but on the way back we ended up hitting rush hour because it was like Thursday, so kind of midweek. So that wasn't fun, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like birthdays are kind of depressing as you get older, but as my aunt said, we should just be grateful for, you know, health and roof over our heads and everything, and I totally agree with that 100%. It's just, I guess, goal-wise, I don't know where I thought I would be, but I think we just assumed that at this age we would kind of have it all figured out. Do we ever really have it figured out? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me, if you're my age, how's it going? Are you in the career you want to be in? Are you living where you want to be living? It's just hard because like I said, I do want to be near my parents. They're getting older. I wish that they would just move to BC because I feel like that would completely make our lives easier and we would just go. But again, cost of living is just insane everywhere. And we're in one of the cheapest places and it's still crazy. And I just feel like workplaces just aren't really matching the rising costs of housing and even groceries. Groceries are just insane. Like, we pay $115 every time we go, and it's like there's only 2 of us. I'm just using the Pat McGrath Baby Pink Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. These names though. So yeah, I don't know. I've literally been saying, I remember making a video on YouTube like a long time ago, and I remember saying at that time that I wanted to move to BC. This is before I even met Chris, my fiance. And I'm like, I've been talking about it forever. I wish we could just try it out and see how it goes. But I feel like that's so risky because obviously we have to sell the condo to be able to move. We could rent it out to somebody, but then we'd be paying, well, we wouldn't be paying, I guess, if we're renting it out. But if we rent it out and something goes wrong, then we have to pay to fix anything that goes wrong. And I've just heard like horror stories of people renting out properties and them being destroyed by the people they rent them out to. So just using the YSL powder right now. This one here. And this is the All Hours Hyper Finish powder in the shade 01. And this is what we're liking like so far. So I'm going to go in with the new bronzers by RMS. I do have 2 of the shades. I don't know why I did this. I should have just got the full packages, but I got one in a refill. The refill I actually bought was, I just switched it out. So I actually bought Beach Walk Betty in this packaging, which is this one here. And I just swapped out Beach Walk Betty for tan lines because I just feel like I use tan lines more. So these are what they look like, and I am going to read a little bit about them. So this is Beach Walk Betty. I'll take this off so you can actually see what I'm showing you. But Beach Walk Betty, it doesn't look like it here, but maybe more right here, has kind of like a reddish pinky undertone to it. They are quite shimmery, as you can probably see. This is tan lines, which is more of like a golden undertone. So I'll show you them compared to each other. On the skin, they don't look that much different. This one kind of looks a little more sunburnt, and this one's just a little more golden. I feel like I've been using this one more just to get that like really tanned look, but I am going to read you a little bit about it. Just have it on my iPad pulled up here. So Beach Walk Betty, where'd I put it? Okay, right here. This is the lightest shade. I don't really think it's that light, but it says it's a sweet kiss of sun with neutral nude undertones and a light reflective finish. So I wouldn't say it's neutral. I do think it's more of like a pinky reddish undertone. And then I also have tan lines, which is an endless summer tan with neutral undertones and a light reflective finish for medium skin tones. So this one says it's for fair skin tones, Beach Walk Betty, and tan line says it's for medium. I can use both, so I kind of feel like there's only 4 shades. I kind of feel like they should have done like 6, but that's just me. So there's also Malibu Muse, which is for light to medium skin tones. And then there is Bikini Beach, which is medium to deep skin tones. I feel like there could have been like a deep dark one, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So this is the description. It says, enhances your skin with a warm golden bronze 2-in-1 bronzer combines the nourishing texture of a cream with the light reflective finish of a luminous powder to bronze. So it says it's kind of like a gel texture, and it does have like a luminous finish to it. But even though I am oily, I don't mind that. I just don't like being oily in my T-zone. So if I put it here and like on the jawline, that's fine. So I'm going to just swatch them here for you. Maybe on my palm, just so you can really see. So this is tan lines. So you can definitely see that golden, I don't know why I have all these scratches. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. So that goldeny kind of undertone, I definitely see a golden undertone, but you could see that sheen on it too. And then I will put Beach Walk Betty right beside it. And definitely see those kind of pinky undertones. You see Beach Walk Betty's on the top, and then Tan Lines is on the bottom. And again, I'm fair and I can get away with using both of these. So I feel like if you have like quite a deep skin tone, I don't know that they're gonna work for you. I don't know. But I will use Beach Walk Betty on the left side of my face, and then I will use Tan Lines on the right side. And another person who has done an amazing video on this, and I mention her literally all the time, is Sophia Sees Beauty, because she does a lot of reviews and she's very thorough with her reviews, so I feel like she'd be a good one to check out. She does a lot of comparisons too. I have a lot of stuff to get through, so I'm not going to be doing like a ton of comparisons. I don't really have anything close to Beach Walk Betty, so sorry. But yeah, this is Beach Walk Betty, and I just feel like it has that like subtle glow to it, but it doesn't look like over the top Tin Man crazy bronzy glowy. You know what I mean? Like, it does look very pretty, and I am adding more than I would normally, although I do love my bronzer and I do add quite a bit. So that is Beach Walk Betty. It does give just like a very pretty sun-kissed glow. And I'm just going to use my powder brush here to blend it out just a tad. Beach Walk Betty, and then we'll go into Tan Lines here. Yeah, I should have just got both in a container, but for some reason I got the refill and then one in the container because it was cheaper. But, you know. I really don't want to use this brush because I feel like I'm not going to get as good of a... But can you see the difference? I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they're very similar, but this one just pulls a little bit more golden. This big bronzer brush is so ridiculous. I didn't know it was going to be this big. Like, I like it. It's very nice and fluffy, but it's just a little bit insane. Because I have a small face, so it's like, whoa. So Tan Lines, Beach Walk Betty. Can you tell a difference? I don't really think I needed both, but I'm happy to have both. I also do really like a matte bronzer too, so. Like, this might be nice over top of a matte bronzer to give a little bit of glow. But it is nice by itself too. I mean, just in summertime when I'm like heavily oily, I don't know that this is going to be the best for me, myself, personally. But it is very pretty. So yeah, Beach Walk Betty, Tan Lines, tan lines is looking smoother for some reason. Maybe I went a little too hard on that side. But yeah, let's give it a little blend. And for blush, I bought like 3 blushes during the sale. I think I bought 4 actually. But so I bought this Sephora one. So this is the Sephora Collection Color Blush in Trust Yourself, number 51. So I didn't use this in my last one. I also bought this House Labs, even though I'm mad at them for making their packages so small. This is Dragon Fruit Days. I'm not going to use this because it looks like a lot of the pinks I already own. But yeah. And then I also got this one, which is the Give Blush in Honeymoon Phase, which is this here. And I think I'm going to use this just because it's this. I feel like I've used a lot of similar shades. Maybe I'll just show you what it looks like. Let's just do it. I'll just go in with this first. It's just really like light and pretty. But I feel like Honeymoon Phase has a lot more like oomph to it, which is why I wanted to use that one. What I did notice about the Give blushes, so I used to think that it was a cream and a powder. It's not. It's 2 powders. One is a luminous powder and one is a more matte powder. They're very pigmented though. Not pigmented. I meant to say they are very fragranced. It smells like almost like baby powder, but also perfume. I can't describe it. I don't know. I'm sorry if that's a bad description, but I meant to go in with this first. This is the Rare Beauty, oh my god, Liquid Luminizer and Mesmerize. So I will just plop a little bit of this on my cheek right now. It's probably way too much. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Let's just try to pat that out real quick. That's pretty. Mesmerize. I was thinking about getting one of the Dior ones. Of course, never fails. Now that the sale is over, the nude Dior one came in stock. I'm like, you would. But I don't know if I'm going to pick it up because I have this one now. So I'm like, do I need it? Probably not. Whoa, put a little too much there. But this one is very pretty. Nice kind of pinky, nudie shade. So yeah, the Sephora Collection blush is very pretty. Just like a nice kind of subtle pinky tone. And let's go in with this one. So I'm going to mix this bottom shade with this kind of top shade. This is the like luminous one. And that's like a pretty lilac-y shade. So we have the purple and the lilac. I feel like this is kind of similar to, which makes sense because it's called Lavender Blonde, like on the face. Yeah. Did I need it? No. Do I like it? Yes. So I am going to just go in with both and just kind of oomph up this blush a little bit. And I know this shade is not for everybody, but I've been wearing it the last couple days and I just think it's so pretty. It's just different, you know? Which is what I really liked about Lavender Blonde. It was just like, hang on. So sorry, I needed a sneeze break. Also, if you notice this, can anybody tell me how to get this off of the bottom of the brushes? This is like a really old blush brush from, what's it called? Real Techniques. And I have to like peel it off. It like gets so gummy and I don't know how to get rid of it. I've tried everything. But even when I wash them, it doesn't really seem to go away. So help me if you know how. That's happened to some of my old, what's it called? these brushes, the It Cosmetics brushes. Like, I don't know what happens to them, but they just get gunky. So yeah, that is the blush. And it's so pretty. So it does have that kind of glow in it already from that second top shade there. But yeah, it's very pretty. Okay, so I am going to go off camera. I think I'm going to just do my eyes. I'm going to use something simple like probably the Master Mattes palette, the first one. And just do kind of like a, I don't know, what am I going to do? Maybe just kind of like a mustardy tones maybe on the eyelid. And then I will show you this. This is the Hourglass waterproof gel eyeliner in the shade Voyeur. So I'll do my eyeshadow and I will come back. Okie dokie. I have gelled the brows, but I haven't done anything with them yet. So yeah. I ran out of my favorite pencil, which is the CoverGirl pencil. So I'm using this, which is the Rare Beauty, but I don't love this one. I feel like it's just a little bit too reddish or something. There's something about it that it's not my favorite. So sorry if you just heard my back crack so loud. Yeah, I don't know. I like this one, but I feel like the color is just a little bit off. Like, I wish it was a little more like ashy maybe. Sometimes I feel like it goes a little bit warm for my liking. I haven't seen literally anybody say they want a warm toned brow pencil. I feel like everybody likes more like neutral, kind of ashy toned shades. But yeah, that CoverGirl one is really good. The last time I went, they were out of blonde, so I didn't get it. So I'm just gonna leave these brows for now. I'll come back to them. But we know my brows get out of control sometimes. So let's just leave them there. So I am gonna go in with the new eyeliner. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get this cover back on my bronzer here. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the eyeliner, which is called Voyeur, and this is a twist up gel pencil liner, and it's just a very dark brown. And I feel like with this one, just from using it today, I feel like you do have to kind of work somewhat quickly with it. Feels quite similar to the Victoria Beckham. Oh, this is the one I was looking for. The Victoria Beckham liners, in the sense that you can work with them and they do glide on very easily. And you do have a tiny bit of playtime, but once they set, like, they're set. So yeah, actually, I feel like the Victoria Beckham liners, you have even a little bit more playtime. These kind of just, boom, set down. And I'm just using the Master Mattes palette just to kind of blend that out a little bit. Just so it doesn't look so stark and so patchy. But I've really liked it, and it just glides in the waterline so easily. So it's very pretty. And I did put it in the waterline already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes wherever my curler is. I don't know where it is. You know what I'm gonna do before I look for that? I'm gonna add this on my lips for now. This is the House Labs. I can't read. These are so small. PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze in Praline. And you might be surprised that me, the girl who hates warm tones, got this in the shade Praline, because this is kind of a warmer toned lip glossy, glazy. But it's mostly clear. I don't like this with a lip liner because I feel like it looks way too orangey, but I feel like alone it looks very pretty. And it feels really nice on the lips. Not sticky in any way at all. But that is Praline. So I'm going to keep that on the lips for now because I feel like they've been very like tingly and dry, and I don't know what is causing this feeling, but something. Maybe it's my, why can't I ever find anything? Maybe it's the, I don't know, Gucci lipstick that I've been using. Maybe because there's a little bit of a fragrance to it. That might be causing it's just kind of like a dry, kind of burning feeling that I've had. It could be just the weather too, I'm not sure. But every night before bed, I've been using my Summer Fridays lip balm. And that one is like very nice and nourishing, so I'm not sure what the deal is. Yeah, I wanted to do this video earlier today, but we went to my parents' place for dinner. My aunt and uncle were over. This was for my birthday celebration. But we kind of had to leave, not early, but we had to leave kind of before company just because my fiance is in hockey playoffs. It literally never ends, I'm telling you. I mean, good that they're in the playoffs, but him and I were both kind of hoping it would be over sooner than later, and then they just kept winning, and I'm like, what is happening? But good for them that they're winning, obviously. So again, just going in, I'm just going in with like these 3 shades right here in the Master Mattes palette. And then I will go finish my brows and just add a tiny bit of mascara. Then we can try on the other lippies that I just bought. Okay, so this One Coat Wow mascara is like, it's insane. My mom had called me and she was like, why are you putting makeup on right now? She's like, you were already wearing makeup. And I'm like, oh, I'm just doing a video. And she was like, what's on your eyelashes? And I'm like, yeah, it's insane. I know, because I only had one lash done. And she was like, what the heck? But yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so I wiped off what I was wearing, which was the PhD, you know, all that jazz. PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze in Praline. And I'm going to go in with the new lip liner I got from Morphe, which is the Soulmate lip liner in the shade Quick Crush. And I have like a couple things to show. So I have the Gisou. I would say Jisoo, but a lot of people are calling it Gisou, so that's what I'll call it, in the shade Watermelon Sugar. And then I also have the Merit lipstick in the lightweight matte lipstick in the shade Antibes. So I'll show you both, but let's go in first with this. So it's very similar to my lip color. Why do I always talk when I'm doing this? I don't know. So maybe I'll show you the lip gloss first because that'll be easier to take off. Between this one and the Makeup by Mario, I still do like the other one a little bit better. I don't know what it is about it. I just feel like the color I like just a touch more. this one's very pretty. It does set down quick though. As you can see, I'm trying to like work it out, and it sets down quite quickly, but it is very nice, and that means it's long lasting, so that's good. Sorry, having some little dry lip issues here. Okay, so let's go in with the Watermelon Sugar. Couldn't decide between this and the Armani, but a lot of people were saying the Armani doesn't stay. Like, look how pretty that is. Ooh. I don't even use gloss a lot, so did I need to buy this? No, but it was beautiful. Like, I swatched it on my hand and I was like, ooh. I was like, okay, shimmer. It just feels so nice. But yeah, so I've heard that the Armani is like, you have to reapply it like multiple times, and I just don't want to do that. I'm sure you'll have to do the same with this, because at the end of the day, a gloss is a gloss, and they don't stay forever. Unless it's a tacky gloss, it's just not going to stay. So especially a lip oil, it's just not going to stay. But this is such a pretty, I don't know if you could see the little bits of sparkle in there, but it's very pretty. I always like to clean off my wand. I'm gonna just dip in for one more little. So I heard that there were issues with the smell. A lot of people were saying it smells like vegetable oil. It's gross. This one smells like watermelon, but just an FYI, it's like watermelon masking honey and oil. So the watermelon smell could be stronger, but you do still get that honey kind of oily smell. So if that's gonna bother you, don't get it. It doesn't really bother me though. So there we go. Oil. It does feel nice and moisturizing to me. I have worn it already and I do really like it. I really like it, especially over top of that new lipstick that I just got. This Gucci one. Lorna Doone. And I'm sorry, one of my subscribers, thank you so much, you know who you are, had mentioned to me that this in the UK is being discontinued or isn't on the site. And I really hope that's not the case, because it's a very pretty shade and they always take away the good ones. So I'm gonna remove this and I'll show you what Antibes looks like. I think you can just kind of dab it off there. It doesn't really have a color. It's really just pink with like little bits of sparkle. So I think we're safe to just add Antibes right on the lips. And okay, listen. If you know me, you know I don't like warm toned nudes. However, this one is meant to be warm. I don't like when a nude shade claims to be like, oh, neutral pink, whatever, and then you put it on your lips and it's straight up orange. I'm like, no, this is false advertising. But this is meant to be kind of like a rusty, kind of peachy, orangey kind of tone. And I'm okay with that because that's what I knew it was going in. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. Anyway, this is the shade so far. And it does go on quite pigmented. I saw Hannah Louise try these on, and she's quite fair like me. And so I was like, okay, the fact that she's fair made me feel better. I think she's even a little bit more fair than I am. Okay, so right now it's looking quite orange, and it's like, whoa, because I don't normally wear colors like this, but I like it if you just give it a little blot. And I just really like, I'm gonna just put a little tiny bit more because I feel like I wiped too much off right here. And I think it's because of that gloss. So maybe don't put a gloss underneath if you want it to stay matte. But I just really like it just kind of blotted out. So I feel like obviously this blush doesn't go, but if you wanted to do like kind of the neutral eye that you have, that I have, I wonder how I can, okay, I'm gonna just powder this blush down a little bit and see if I can add a blush that I think would work much better with this. I do love that blush, by the way. Gorgeous. Especially with Lorna Doone. I feel like it looked so good. But to make this lip work, I feel like I would go in with something like House Labs Fire Moon. Just for shits. Let's just see what this looks like. I mean, don't forget I'm putting this over a purple, so it's like not really gonna work right now, but I'm just trying to warm this up a little bit. Oof, my blush is just too intense. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush. Why didn't I do this from the beginning? I don't know. When in doubt, foundation it out. I am really liking the look of this tinted moisturizer though. I feel like it does have definitely a blurring quality to it. Very pretty. But I have to see how it wears throughout the day because if it gets me greasy, I can't. Man, I've had this Charlotte Cardin song in my head all day. It's so good. She is so good. If you don't know who I'm talking about, check her out. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of blend this out a little bit more. See what I mean? With that blush, I feel like, I mean, it's still not how I'd like it to be. It's still a little too purple, obviously. But if it's just Fire Moon in this, I think that would look really nice. Or Patrick Ta, She's So LA, or Fresco. Fresco would look really good. Probably should have pulled that one out. But I do think this is a very pretty color. What do you think? Is it not me? I don't know. Let's go in with Makeup by Mario in Tan. Just gonna fix my lip line a little bit here. And also, sorry, this is just another thing about turning 40 that I'm kind of like, I feel like we have no friends. I don't know, I just feel like because we don't want kids and everybody else has kids, it's like, I don't know, it's like we're having a hard time relating to people. Like, we can't really get together with them very often because they're always busy, or they can't like get a babysitter. I just feel like, I don't know, it's just hard. Being old sucks in that way. I just feel like, I don't know. I actually watched Charlotte Holdcroft do a video about this, and she was talking about how she had some friendship breakups, and I'm like, I recently had one and was hoping that maybe I would hear from them around my birthday, and I didn't, and I just kind of was like, okay, I guess that solidifies that you just don't care and don't want to be friends anymore, I guess. But that sucks. That's obviously not what you want in life. That's not how you want things to go, and I don't know. It's just rough. There are definitely great things about being older. Like I said, you have to be grateful for everything you do have, but I don't know. I just think there are some things that I just wish I had figured out that I don't quite have figured out yet, but we do have the wedding to look forward to, so that's exciting, obviously. Sorry, I was just thinking about another blush that would look very pretty with this, which I should probably try tomorrow, would be Virtue from Rare Beauty. I think that would look very pretty. Yeah. So I think that is everything. I love all of the lip products. Like I said, if you don't like that kind of olivey oil type smell, I don't think you'll like it, but I do think this is very beautiful. And I like the feeling of it on my lips, and obviously the packaging is cool and pretty. And then the House Labs, this just feels really nice on the lips. No issues with this. This is something that I would just keep in my purse and just throw on if like my lipstick had worn away and I just, you know, wasn't wearing anything. It's just something easy to throw on. I do think this is very pretty, the Merit lipstick. It's not going to be something that I wear obviously every day because it's a lot darker than what I normally go for, but I do think it's very pretty, and I think it would be really nice for the fall especially, but I do think it's nice, and I'm not returning it. I did get a fragrance, and I think that's the only thing that I'm going to be bringing back, and it was the 7 Virtues Amber Vanilla. And the only reason I think I'm going to bring it back is because I don't really get that vanilla out of it. I like really like gourmand smells, and that one is definitely more floral in my opinion. Some things lay differently on different people, and I love the opening, but then all of a sudden I get that floral, and then it's just kind of too much for me. And sometimes if it's too heavy, like that can kind of just make me feel like ugh. It is pretty, like it does smell good, and I could see how a lot of people would absolutely love that fragrance. Just for me, I'm more of a gourmand girl, and I like either fruity mists. Like I really love the Sol de Janeiro mists because they're not too heavy. Like I feel like they're just kind of perfect. But yeah, that one I don't know, I feel like I have to bring back, so I don't know, I'll probably exchange it for something. I'm not sure what. And then we've really been liking this so far. What I like about this is the Vegamore Grow Hair Serum. I mean, I'm not obviously seeing results yet. I just started using it, but I don't know. What I do like about it is, just want to see how much is left. Geez, we've gone through quite a bit of it already. I'm using it on my fiance too, so she's expensive, but we've been using it every single night. So what I do like about it is if you're not planning on washing your hair the next day, it doesn't leave like crust in your hair. It doesn't feel crusty. It just kind of dries. Like it's wet when you put it in. You kind of just rub it in and then it dries, and it's totally fine, and you could just put whatever in your hair the next day and you don't have to worry about it. So been liking that so far. The shampoo is a little bit heavy for me. I'm kind of feeling like I have like a residue in my hair, so I don't love the shampoo, but I mean, if it works, then great. So we'll see what happens with the shampoo. Everything else I really like. This is just kind of okay. I have another blush of theirs that I really like, but it is what it is, and it does what it says it does. I mean, it's good, but yeah. I do really like the Give blush, but like I said, it does have a fragrance, so if you are sensitive to fragrance, you might not like that. And then the RMS Beauty bronzers, I've been really, really liking. Again, I do get oily, so I'd probably just put like a matte bronzer on. I've done both. Like right now, I'm just using that, and that's it. But in this like dead of summer, I would probably do a matte bronzer and then just that, just a little bit on the kind of around the edges of my forehead, and probably not on my cheeks. I think that is everything. So far, I'm really liking the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I'll have to let you know how it actually wears. I mean, I'm going to be taking this off pretty soon, but it looks really nice as is right now. But I would have to wear it all day and let you know. So I'll have to give you an update on that one. But everything else has been a success. So I'm sorry for talking for so long, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye!